Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Star Agent Starco Gaming here, back with another Marvel Future Fight video. Guys, make sure to check the description below the video for the link to our giveaways, and don't forget to hit the sub and like button if you enjoy the content, show your support to the channel. So guys, today what I want to talk about is something we don't talk about enough. Who are the best character you can obtain through via whatever you want to say it, Dimension Rift? Because Dimension Rift has some very solid character. In my opinion, there's at least 10 characters you could actually go for, depending if you own the proper uniform or not. So today I kind of want to go in there and give you a top 10 of, well, my personal top 10 of those Dimension Rift characters, starting from, you know, the worst to the best. And also I want to hear you guys feedback on what is your list. Who are the 10 characters in order that you prefer from Dimension Rift, so we can actually compare our list together and share opinion. So that's pretty much what this video is about. It's also to help new players to actually target their focus in Dimension Rift on the proper characters, obviously. So without talking too much, guys, let's get started with this top 10 right now. In position number 10, we have Giant Man Ultron Pym. Now here, if you don't have the uniform, don't even put him in the top 10, that's for sure. But with this uniform, this guy is very solid. I seen this guy clear Shadowland up to 60 plus, which is actually pretty damn strong. You can put him in a very solid team, but his lack of survivability and the transition between each skills can be difficult at times, which is kind of why he cannot make it higher in the list, because at some point his survivability starts lacking. He's also the best lead for Victorious in Universal Villain. If you use Victorious in Universal Villain Violence Battle Extreme, a good lead for PvP because of his HP increase, as you can see here, 30% increase of HP to all allies. Very good in Alliance Conquest for that. So overall, this guy is a solid character. Also, the one thing I just forgot to say here, if you actually get the legendary pack for the Ant-Man movie, MCU, whatever you call it, the extra pack for the legendary battle of Ant-Man, and you get this uniform to mythical, you get a CTP selector. So you can get your first CTP average that way, which even make this uniform and characters even more important. So not only he can, you know, handle himself a little bit in some content, but also it brings you the actual, with this uniform mythical, the actual #1 reward in this game. So position number 10, we have Pimtron. In position number 9, we have Groot. Groot with either the Baby Groot uniform or the Teen Groot uniform, depending if you have the Infinity War Guardian of the Galaxy 2 skin on him, can actually be a very solid support characters for both PvP and PvE. Like, you're gonna run a very strong character in Warpath Ultimate, for example, and you need a strong support that will heal you, because your character, yes, have high damage output but has terrible survivability. You just drop this guy in the team and your characters is gonna heal so much. That very good support character. He's the best healing support characters in an actual team. Not as striker here. As strikers, that's a different story. It's still good, but not as good as Anti-Venom. But as team up, amazing healer, best healer in the game as team up, guys. Now, not only can do that, but he can also hold his own in Shadowland, and some Alliance Conquest content too, depending what you're actually facing. But his main focus is really support for Warpath Ultimate, support for Alliance Conquest, and a decent, little above average character for Shadowland. So a very strong character. I do really recommend you guys to get this if you have everybody above this one. Obviously, if you need something to help you survive in Warpath Ultimate as a new player that can actually be a game changer for you. So very strong character, guys. In position number 9 we have Groot. In position number 8 we have Loki. Loki is not as good as he used to be. So many characters that are stronger than him being released with either new characters or new uniform, but he's still up to a certain level that is recommended to get from Dimension Rift. In my personal opinion, you have the Ragnarok uniform that if you get to Mythical, you get a free premium cards that can actually be quite useful, especially as a new player. You can use this uniform also to score the minimum 100,000 point in Alliance Battle Extreme for Universal Villain Day. Then you have the female Loki uniform that is actually now available for gold, so you don't even need crystal for it. That will help you cover female Super Villain Day with this uniform. A decent character for Alliance Conquest, you know, a top 100 decent, you know, average character for Alliance Conquest. Very solid characters for Shadowland can do. Shadowland floor 60 plus, can actually do some quite early stages in Wall Boss Ultimate. Can get you done with your first initial Wall Boss, normal Wall Boss, and you know, the easy mode Wall Boss too. So basically this guy can do it all, but up to a certain level. So in my recommendation, this guy is in my top 10 for sure, and I put him in the position number 8. In position number 7 we have Wasp. Wasp is actually a PvP meta for Alliance Conquest at least. Yes, Alliance Conquest, guys, she is OP for that for one reason. She brings the best debuff removal in the game for your team, and she does not need to be the elite character to actually bring that debuff to the team. And she is the only character in the game that can actually bring that debuff removal to your team without needing to be a leader. So for example, you can put a hella strong leadership like Thanos as lead for increasing damage and reducing defense of your team, then put another character that can do quite a good amount of damage too, and then you put Wasp. They can get be you know, CC, boom, you can murder the crap out of the other teams pretty much. So because of that, she is meta for Alliance Conquest. And when there's a bunch of characters banned, debuff lead ban in Timeline Battle, she also a very strong character for Timeline Battle. And you also have her in Shadowland, where she can hold her own without too much problems. And if you face a floor in Wall Boss Ultimate that it's giving you troubles because the time freezing, then the tornadoes are happening at the same time on the same floor, and it's hard for that specific characters to actually dodge that, you can just drop this girl in the team and don't even have to worry about that. It's just awesome. So overall, she, in my opinion, is the best crowd control support character in the game for every single game mode, and she deserved that top 10 position. So in position number 7 we have the Wasp. In position number 6 we have Mr. Ronan with his Captain Marvel uniform. Obviously without it, it's still trash. If you have the previous uniform or no uniform, don't even look at this guy. He is terrible, terrible, terrible. But with this Captain Marvel uniform, he becomes the meta lead for Alliance Battle Extreme, universal villain. He can hold his own in PvP. He can destroy Shadowland. So this guy is awesome. Shadowland can go up to about stage 70 from the feedback I received from my viewers. Alliance Conquest can do a very decent job as very good ability with this new uniform. Well, new, it's old now, but still you get my point here. So this guy is awesome. This guy got it all. Good lead, good damage, good survivability. So this guy easily deserves his spot in my top 10 of Dimension Rift, and we got him in position number 6. In the position number 5, we have Mr. Bishop. In my opinion, the weakest of the 3 X-Men we can actually get through the Dimension Rift, but still a solid character as Dimension Rift character, obviously. Good for Shadowland up in the early 60s, good for allowing Conquest up to a certain level. Not as good as I want him to be in the Wall Boss Ultimate, but still can be very useful against Banima and Thanos Wall Boss Ultimate. So this guy is actually pretty decent from a Dimension Rift character's point of view. I know, guys, that in prior videos I said I don't like this guy, and I still don't like this guy. I don't like his gameplay. I don't like how the build, you know, they make that his damage increase come from taking energy attack. I do not like that, but overall it's still, I gotta be objective and still say he is a top 5 characters from Dimension Rift. He can get the job done in both EC and Shadowland, so there's no reason to not put this guy on the list. So objectively, guys, I put this character, Mr. Bishop, in position number 5. In position number 4, we have Warpath. Warpath is another X-Men character, obviously obtainable through Dimension Rift. A little bit stronger than Bishop for both Alliance Conquest and Shadowland. In Wall Boss Ultimate, a lot stronger than Bishop in my opinion, because he can cover more days in Wall Boss Ultimate than Bishop, pretty much just for that, because you can do Corvus, Thanos, and Proxima with Warpath. Plus he is a meta striker because he has 2 abilities that actually does defense down up to 40%, all defense down. So he's actually a meta striker for your Wall Boss Ultimate team. So just because of all those things, because he's so important in all those positions, Shadowland and Conquest and the striker and Wall Boss Ultimate, plus his own in Wall Boss Ultimate, this guy make it to the position number 4. In position number 3, we have one of the most underrated character from the Dimension Rift section, guys, Nebula. Since she got her upgrade with the end game update, she is hella strong, guys, hella strong. Well, she lack a little bit of power, survivability for Island Conquest because AI play her like shit, but for every other game mode, PvE game mode, guys, she is so strong. She can clear Shadowland 70 plus without too much problems. She can kill Wall Boss Ultimate Banima 50 plus and can cover every single Wall Boss Ultimate because she is elemental damage. She can get you your 100,000 points pretty easy in female combat hero. No restriction, even though we don't really need no restriction with her, but that just gives you a quick idea. I did test her in the female combat alliance battle extreme. I was getting, I think it was around 500,000 point alliance battle extreme, and that was when I had a shit build on her. She is very strong, PvE focused character, but very strong. Like I said, one of the most underrated Dimension Rift characters. So in position number 3, we have Nebula. In the position number 2, we have Angel, aka Archangel. Pretty much the most complete tier 2 characters you can get from Dimension Rift. Amazing in the PvP, not just with his debuff removal, but by himself too. In Alliance Conquest, he stay in iframe most of the time, which is actually ridiculous. But in PvE too, he can kill Proxima, Corvus 50 plus with a CTP of energy. He can Shadowland 70 plus, actually pretty easy. He can get you about 400,000 points in Alliance Battle Extreme speed day. This guy is the perfect combination of good skills for PvP and strong skill for PvE. You put that in that, buddy, and he is awesome. And if you do not have the uniform for him, he is still very strong for PvP. Not very strong for PvE, but without uniform, still very strong for PvP. And honestly, this guy in my list is second strongest for PvP in my top 10, second strongest in PvE. He's just got the whole package. So in position number 2, we have Angel. In position number 1, we have Ant-Man. But now, don't get me wrong, guys. Ant-Man is only number 1 in the Dimension Rift section because he has a tier 3 advancement. That tier 3 advancement gives him a huge buff and a huge advantage on everybody else. Now, you will probably not get this guy to tier 3, so you will probably not put this guy on your top 10. But if we look at raw power, this guy is number 1 on the list because of his tier 3 advancement. Wall boss ultimate 50 plus, very easy. Actually a meta character for Alien Conquest. If you are a Lion Conquest a focus alliance, you will actually go to get these characters because he is just so damn strong in Alien Conquest. A top 15 characters for Alien Conquest. Plus you can actually build him to do damage PvE wise because he has a native immunity to guard break on his uniform, which make this crazy because you could go with, for example, a CTP of energy or CTP of rage on this guy and that does not affect his survivability in the PvP. It is ridiculous. One of the best model design for a characters because of that. You don't have to worry about anything. You just go in and destroy stuff. So you can build him exclusively for PvE and kick ass in PvP at the same time, which make him a very strong character. Obviously these characters can clear shallow lane 80+ too. I forget to mention that if you have very strong offensive build on him. So in position number 1, guys, there's nobody else that can do more than tier 3 Ant-Man in the Dimension Rift. But again, you're gonna make sure you build him properly, or you're gonna make sure you tier 3 him if you want to recruit him. If you do not have any plans to get him to tier 3, like you shouldn't have plans unless you're focused on PvP only. This guy is not worth it at tier 2. So position number 1, we have Mr. Ant-Man. So guys, that was our top 10 for Dimension Rift characters. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys are going to share your feedback about this video and share with me and the viewers what is your top 10 list for Dimensional Rift characters, guys. I want to hear you. I want to talk with you guys. I want to have argument with you about characters we do not put in the same position. That is the best part of making videos, guys. It's to get to talk with you. Also guys, if you have specific videos like I'm doing today that you actually want to see on the channel, please let me know in the comment section. I am always looking for amazing ideas to improve the channel content wise, so make sure you do that. Again guys, as always, make sure to check the description below the video for the link to our giveaways. Don't forget to hit the sub and like button if you enjoy the content, show your support to the channel. And on that, Star Agent Starco Gaming is out.